Welcome back, America. We're here with Dave McCormick, running for the Senate in Pennsylvania. It's a very close race there, ladies and gentlemen, and we can very much use that seat. Dave McCormick, it appears that Kamala Harris gave this truly pathetic speech, and she's trying to be Joe Arpaio. Remember him, the sheriff in Arizona? She's now transitioned into Joe Arpaio. And on the same day where she gave that Joe Arpaio speech, we now learn that the Harris-Biden regime have allowed in 500,000 criminals, convicted criminals, including over 13,000 convicted murderers and over 15,000 convicted sex offenders, to roam the streets of Pennsylvania and the rest of the country. Tell me, how has Bob Casey contributed to the security of this nation and the sovereignty of this nation in all the years that he's been in the Senate?
Yeah, Mark, what's happening at the border is a disgrace, and I hold Bob Casey accountable for this. Really, my race is a race between an outsider, someone who's a West Point grad, a combat vet, someone who's created jobs in Pennsylvania, and a career politician who's been too weak and too liberal to stand up for the interests of Pennsylvanians. I've been to the border twice in the last couple years. I've been there more than the border czar and Senator Casey, and what you see there is unbelievable. So I went to Yuma, Arizona a couple months ago. In the middle of the night, 2 in the morning, I'm with the Border Patrol. You're going along this beautiful wall, and the wall just stops. And 300 yards away is a storing area where there's steel stacked that we paid for as taxpayers and paid the labor for. And in the middle of the night, 50 illegal immigrants walk across the border, 5 of them military-age men from Syria, 5 of them Chinese nationals. We have a crisis of epic proportion. These people are pouring across our border. They're doing enormous economic damage. As you said, there's a terrorist, people on the terrorist watch list being released, 15,000 murderers. It's inconceivable. In Pennsylvania alone last year, Mark, we lost 4,000 people from fentanyl. I sat down with some fentanyl families that had lost a child last week. I couldn't get through it. I was choked up. It is devastating, and I want to leave you with a statistic that'll just blow your mind. And Bob Casey has voted against the border wall, against funding for the Border Patrol, against funding for fentanyl, 4 sanctuary cities. But 4,000 fentanyl deaths, 116,000 nationally. Mark, as you remember from Vietnam, 58,000 killed in action in 8 years of war. We had 2 Vietnams last year from fentanyl. We need leadership. We need toughness. We need to go across the border with our military and destroy these fentanyl manufacturing facilities, these distribution facilities. We need to close the border, and we need to send these illegal immigrants home. And we're not going to get that with the weakness of Biden, Harris, Casey, or Harris, Casey. We got to get President Trump back in the White House and a majority in the Senate, and me representing Pennsylvania.
And yet Casey voted for that phony bipartisan bill that would have enshrined 95% of the Biden open border policies, which means fentanyl will continue to come across the border, as well as criminals, murderers,
right,
rapists, and the rest. And even worse, they're flying Venezuelan gang members into this country and other people into this country. Has Bob Casey ever gone to the floor of the Senate and even mentioned the names of people who've died from fentanyl? Has he ever mentioned the name of a single woman who's been sold into sex slavery? Does he show any concern whatsoever?
No. And with all this hypocrisy on the part of Biden, Harris, and Casey about the human toll under the Trump administration, what the exploitation of women and children has been devastating under Biden, Harris, and Casey. And Senator Casey has been nowhere on these issues. Senator Casey has supported this amnesty bill, as you said. And this amnesty bill, listen, I went and looked at this compared to any other country in the world. There is no country in the world that allows 2 million people in a year for amnesty, 5,000 a day. It had almost virtually nothing to do with truly securing the border. And now at the height of hypocrisy, Kamala Harris and Bob Casey are saying they're tough on the border. I don't think Pennsylvanians are going to buy that. I think they know the truth. We need strength, not weakness, in the White House and in the Senate.
So, Dave McCormick, if people want to help you in this country and help get you into the Senate, where do they go?
DaveMcCormickPA.com lays out all my positions and the kind of leadership I'll bring, and I'd be grateful and honored to have the support of those watching today.
I wish you all the best, my friend. They're pouring tens of millions of dollars into that race, I know, to try and defeat you, but you're duking it out, nose to nose. God bless you, and my best.
Thank you. Thanks, Mark.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.